Welcome to Nature Book Review, a video showcasing books on nature and wildlife.
One of the most important and striking features of bird biology is the migration. Birds migrate. Some bird migrates altitudinally, means higher height to the lower height, like in Himalayas, while some birds migrate from higher latitude to lower latitude thousands of kilometers. One of the compelling reasons for birds to migrate is the season. When at higher latitude the winter is harsh, they cannot find food. So they migrate to the lower latitudes in tropics and subtropics where climate is warmer. Now it is interesting that birds have suited their physiology for these two climatic zones. There is one group called as the waders, found near water. Now the birds, when they spend their summer season, that is called as the summer ground or breeding ground because they breed there, and where they spend their winter is called as the wintering ground. Now these waders, they are easy to identify in their breeding ground because they assume their breeding plumage or breeding coloration, where you can distinctly separate male females or different species. But when they migrate, they lose that breeding coloration and assume wintering coloration. So it is difficult to identify looking through binoculars. There are distinctive features you have to look upon. So this book tells us about the identification of waders of the world, shorebirds, by Peter Heyman, Tony Prater and John Marchant. Shorebirds, an identification guide to the waders of the world, Peter Heyman, John Marchant and Tony Prater. Forwarded by Roger Torrey Peterson. 1800 birds painted in full color. Remember, it does not account to 1800 species. It is the number of birds. Then 214 distributional maps. Then it is the best bird book of the year 1986. Let's go through the book. Shorebirds. Okay. Now this is a Christopher Helm, A&C Black, London publication. Now yes, it is published in 1986 and this is a reprint of 1991. So there's a foreword by Roger Torrey Peterson, then there's the introduction, how to use this book, how to identify waders, very important, general notes on the families and groups of waders, conservation of wader habitats, then how to study waders, acknowledgements and notes on the plates. Now then there are plates family wise, you can see. So there are staggering 214 species have been described. Here is a forward, introduction. Now the authors give 3 reasons for publishing this book. First is about the waders. They are among the world's greatest migrants. Then secondly, the individual features which enable positive identification to be made even of common species are relatively poorly known. It is difficult to identify these waders in the field. And thirdly, wetlands throughout the world are under threat and waders are good indicator of their state of the health. Okay, let's go. Then how to use this book. You can see there are 2 columns. The font size is little smaller. Then it tells us about how to identify, how to use the plates and maps as well. Then how to identify waders, plumage sequence. Here is the morphology or different parts of birds. When bird is standing, flying, from underside as well. Then feathers, size and shape, and posture, behavior. Okay, and then here you can see different groups are given like jacanas, snipes, crab lovers, oyster catchers, and you can see a black and white silhouette telling us about the basic posture of the bird, like which part, you can see like the beak or the leg or the tail or the head profile, something like that. Then conservation of waders habitats and species. Then how to study waders. Then acknowledgements are given region wise. Then notes on the plates. Then techniques used to measure a dead bird for scale drawing, if you find any dead birds. Now it has 88 plates. Let's go through them. Now this book is divided distinctly into chapters, two regions, you can say. The first one is about the plates, so it is the kind of field identification, and ahead you will see the general natural history of the bird, identification, movement, age, sex, races, etc. We'll go through it. Okay, now let's see the example of African jacana. Now this is plate 1, and on this plate you will see there are 3 birds. Now African jacana number is 2, so you have to look for the number 2 here. Now number 2 is subdivided into A, B, C, D, E, F. Now 2A to 2D are the adults. Then 2E is juvenile. 2F is part grown chick. So you can distinctly differentiate between adult, partly grown chick. Okay, and here is the distributional map. Now this is the field identification. For example, in case of 2D adult, what you have to look is underwing coverts are deep chestnut. 2D, like this, underwing coverts. So these are the identification pointers. Now the text for this bird, you have to go to respective page 215. Like this is a pheasant-tailed jacana found in Indian subcontinent. Then bronze-wing jacana. Like 6D is a juvenile. You might get confused if you are not experienced. So you can see oyster catcher. There is a Eurasian oyster catcher, African black oyster catcher, Canarian black oyster catcher, American oyster catcher. So crab plover, ibis bill. So you can see the bird has been given in a standing profile, in the flight, from the top, from the below. How do they look? How to differentiate? And this can tell you about crab plovers. Like 2 or 3, they are found in that size group. Now look at this black-winged steed, one of the most widespread bird, and there are so many more. It starts with, it is 24 on plate 10, A to W, so many variations, and each variation has been described nicely. Avocets, northern lapwing. So almost all birds known shorebirds have been described. Red-watered lapwing, yellow-watered lapwing, then dotterels, plovers, whimbrels, curlews, so many of them. It's very, very fantastic book for bird identification on the field. Look at this, stints. The color pattern of the plate, they have given a blue background against which the bird stands out. Now here is the description of the species. So how does it go? It is again in the double column alignment. So crab plover, scientific name, then common name, sometimes it is given other name as well. Then again you can correspond to which plate this bird is illustrated. Then identification, it goes till voice, bare parts, then habits, movements, description about breeding and non-breeding plumage. Then juvenile, age and sex, races, measurements, and important is references if somebody want to do further research. So around more than 200 species, very beautifully described. At the end you will see racial characters of black-winged steels. So they have differentiated Eurasian, African, Australasian, like that. Then principal characters separating 3 species of golden plovers, very important: Eurasian, Pacific, American. Then features separating lesser and greater sandplover. Snipes, then snipes in Africa. Dovechers, Steens. At the end there is appendix, general bibliography, specific bibliography. So one of the finest book on shorebirds you can come across.